Richatonga Gwayana Rababa Richatonga Gwayana Rababa Richatonga Nerupa Richatonga Gwayana Rababa Richatonga Gwayana Rababa Richatonga Nerupa Ya Emini. Another segment of Johane Masowe executive briefing, a cardinal briefing our head of state as the last convener of State Sanhedrin Indaba after Nevanji of 1931. Renunciation Indaba. Considering that our nation Zimbabwe is a triumvirate entity known as kingdom, state, and country, it is imperative that we address its triumvirate leadership around its Shekinah motherhood as represented by Shekinah Cardinal Bride Gambiza. Zimbabwe is a Christian country that is not disputed and is led by proxies of its triumvirates. We have a proxy as of its kingship triumvirate for the kingdom. We have got a proxy as of its statehood statesmen in respect of traditional triumvirate. We have a proxy of its political triumvirate, both constituting presidium, forming a cardinal triangle embodying Shekinah Cardinal Bride Gambiza and our cardinal star of martyrdom. In this regard, we have our flagship riddles depicted as color-coded treaties, both constituting our national telling flag. At this cardinal juncture, it is imperative that the head of state, as our last cardinal convener into the last millennium reign, be briefed of our cardinal bond of contagion from the perspective of our Adamic character in Emmanuel. Therefore, head of state, be informed that Zimbabwe is a Christian country, and as such is led by triumvirates of whom you are accountable. Zimbabwe was first identified as a Jesuit state in 1560 by Father Gonçalo das Rivera, our Jesuit martyr from St. Ignatius of Loyola. Father Gonçalo das Rivera, may his soul rest in peace as he lies in state in Musengezi River, where he was thrown by Chief Gamba Negombo's people. Father Gonçalo das Rivera represented our Jesuit governor and Catholic in St. Ignatius, popularly known as in Johane Masowe cycles as Ignacio, and had a cardinal treaty with Chief Gamba Negombo of Mutapa State, after which Chief Gamba Negombo was baptized with his family members to fully ratify Christianity in Zimbabwe, then as Mutapa State. Around 1650, missionaries from King James Stables of England docked at Cape of Good Hope in Azania, then as South Africa, after which the soul of Gabriel upon the spirit of Father Bernard Mzeki with the Mozambican tabernacle was sent to intercept this contingent, in particular Anglicanized Society of St. John the Baptist around 1886. Father Bernard Mzeki gave this Anglicanism vessel to Chief Mangwende of Murewa, and around 1890 political template was also given to King Lobengula, with the signing ceremony of both concessions and treaties done at Godini in Bulawayo, with the native cardinal protection order being issued from the mighty Johane, represented by Cecil John Rhodes. After the death of mighty Johane, in Cecil John Rhodes' Cardinal Protection Order, which we call Native Cardinal Protection Order, was cancelled by the incoming chairmanship, leading up to protracted wars under Chihera Murenga Bana, we call Chimurenga, up to 1980 when we get our cardinal independence. During the phases of Chimurenga, Johanic priesthood incarnate fought for our native tabernacle through various atonement sessions. Around 1911, one Abrahamic incarnate, Dr. Pemiwa, surfaced in Mondoro under Chief Nyamweda of Chief Chiwero Mediums and started to cause preliminary configurations before manifestation of Johanic priesthood parameters in Zimbabwe. After the death of Dr. Bernard Mzekin Marondera, Johanic parameters shifted to Manicaland, and Dr. Muchabaya Momberume was commissioned as our Johanic New Testament Baptist 1917, followed by his forerunners. First forerunner, Dr. Peter Maseza surfaced 1931 in Gandanzara. Dr. Peter Maseza will then take New Testament Cardinal Seal Chipianiso to the fortress of Mondoro in Mansionaland, with the Chief Chiwero as the first port of call, whereupon his General Chief Nyamweda intercepted as Newanji, because Dr. Pemiwa had already set at the Abrahamic stage in 1911. Dr. Peter Maseza had a brief stopover 1931 at Marimba, addressing traditional supplicators before reaching out to Mondoro 1932 to address national medium spirits in Mondoro under Chief Nyamweda. In Mondoro, he was proclaimed by our Shekinah matriarch, Juane Matangira incarnate. Peter Maseza is our Johanic forerunner who would then proclaim Emmanuel on Friday, with Emmanuel also proclaiming Moses in Chiweshe fortress, Deranji, after passing through the sacred sanctuary of Masowe in Masowe. Moses also proclaimed Aaron, after which the process of mentoring an apostle started at Mount Nyota, home to Deranji Fortress, our fortress popularly known as Rushanga. At Deranji, one pulled Daswes from Nikido of Johanic matriarch Mother Ferris intercepted Apostle Philip, who by then was Andrea incarnate. Paul Daswes would then go to Mbire and conduct New Testament baptism called by the name Jordan, from which native Jerusalem was born. Peter Bios followed suit with our cardinal cross signifying the birth of Christianity, the birth of Christian church in Jerusalem, which is our native Jerusalem, or quasi-Judeo Jerusalem. After Peter Bios we had the cardinal stars of Christian significance gracing Zimbabwe. Dr. Peter Bios then went to a Highfield Glenora Cardinal Corridor of Gutara Jehovah in Harare and commissioned the New Testament Cardinals Grand Parade. By then, Elia Mukwimba and Dr. Emmanuel Mujiwa had concluded the New Testament bargaining, with Dr. Elia as the arbitrator between Moses Old Testament tabernacle and Emmanuel New Testament tabernacle of our New Testament Johanic priesthood. After commissioning New Testament Cardinals Grand Parade, Dr. Peter Bios identified the Mabwe Adziwa Fortress, casted in a rock foundation at St. Peter Kubatana Cardinal Copy in Highfield, whereupon he placed our cardinal cross and started the process of recruiting cardinal subjects, Jipotera, from each cardinal stable. Cardinal subjects gathering as Jipotera. Thereof, Dr. Peter Bios then sent Ignacio to Marondera fortress of I am Gabriel incarnate Bernard Muzeki to inform Gabriel that the grand parade was now fully commissioned in Harare. Gabriel then seduced Zimbabwe triumvirates, political triumvirate, traditional triumvirate, and religious triumvirate to Harare Highfield. Political triumvirate was given Zimbabwe grounds for political gathering. Traditional triumvirate was given Chikomo Chemarasta in Glenora for their sessions, and the religious triumvirate was given Afgate again in Highfield as their port of call, with both meeting in Chitubu, Tsime Rayuri, with where Johane Masowe Chishano gathers under Elia instincts. Our Shekinah mother was then summoned from Manicaland by cardinal subjects led by a Benjamite. Today, 5 December 2023, we write to inform head of state that it is high time our cardinal mediums be commissioned to grace our national governance. Moses and Elijah for Senate, Andrea Ignacio for Parliament, Caleb and Joshua for National Securocrats, and Emmanuel for Judiciary. With Emmanuel represented by our Cardinal Star of Martyrdom in Zimbabwe, is led by Shekinah Cardinal Bride Gambiza, represented by Zimbabwe Bed. However, mudzimu unoyera with the Senator Inokeza Adameke Wacha Angel in Dr. Maginesta Mukuta, our Celestial Dean of Angelic Faculties, wants us to revisit treaties validated by triumvirate signatories and live by that promise. We have Jesuit martyrdom treat of Father Gonzalo das Rivera, represented by color code the red on our national flag. We have got Jesuit treaty with the promise to keep Zimbabwe as bread basket of Africa, color coded green. We have Jesuit treaty with the promise to keep Zimbabwe as the biblical of kingdom, yellow coded economic treaty. We have priesthood treaty with Aaron Kilemba, color-coded black. We have a triumvirate treaty embodying martyrdom, star, and bed of economic fortunes, color-coded white triangle with the Zimbabwe national bed and cardinal star of national martyrs, known and unknown. Known martyrs and unknown martyrs. Head of state as convener of state Sanhedrin Indaba must hastily convene political, traditional, and religious Indabas for the purpose of restoring Zimbabwe Shekinah cardinal glory by consensus. However, and therefore, our political, traditional, and religious conduct must proclaim our cardinal status as a Christian country. We must know Jerusalem of our we must know jurisdiction of our humanitarian watcher angel from Adamic stables of our celestial faculties. Each member of our presidium is accountable to a watcher angel watching from Great Zimbabwean enclosure, with the localized watcher angels watching over traditional chiefs from localized sanctuaries. And the traditional chiefs must own up to 1931 concession and the Johanic Treaty signed for, with the Johanic priesthood forerunner Peter Maseza from Mosaic to Ignatius treaties. We must all understand and embrace these Mosaic to Ignatian treaties embodying Johanic Treaty of New Testament dispensation in Zimbabwe. I thank you, if necessary, to be continued. Nyenyedzi tiyambutse, tiyambuke nyenyedzi. Nyenyedzi tiyambutse wo, tiyambuke nyenyedzi. Nyenyedzi tiyambutse wo, tiyambuke nyenyedzi. Nyenyedzi tiyambutse wo, tiyambuke nyenyedzi. Ah.